complete. The Golden State Warriors are the 2015 NBA champions. Stephen Curry, his adorable daughter Riley Curry, one of the stars of these playoffs.
Nothing could have prepared me for.
I'm taking shots like DJ Khaled because I'm the best. 305 getting live and this shit never stops.
To the right field like he's Derek Jeter.
Oh,
New
boy.
York across the cap.
Yup. Splash Brothers? Yup. Cavaliers? Nope. We won? Yup. They suck? Yup. We here? Yup. They not? Nope.
Ladies and gentlemen, something that we really wanted to see was a rematch of the NBA Finals from 2015. I don't know if you guys forgot. I don't know if you realize what we witnessed last year, but the Golden State Warriors won the NBA championship over the 4-time MVP and the 2-time champion LeBron James. Now, granted, LeBron had a roster that was not fully put together and was not healthy. He had a rotation of James Jones, Matthew Dellavedova, Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Tristan Thompson, Timothy Mozgov, and himself, going up against a team that won 67 games with the greatest shooter of all time and the greatest shooting backcourt in NBA history. Not to mention you had players like Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, Andrew Bogut, David Lee was on the bench for the majority of that series. Just to paint a picture for you. When we look at the stats from that series, I want to start from the top. Let's talk about the reigning champs. Stephen Curry, 26 points per game, 6 boards, 5 dimes in the series. The Warriors averaged over 100 points per game, shot just under 44% from the field, 36% from beyond the arc, 44 rebounds, 8 steals, 5 blocks, 23 dimes per game. Now, when you look at their counterparts, the Cleveland Cavaliers, 35.8 points per game for LeBron James, 13.3 rebounds, 8.8 dimes. He became the first player to ever lead a championship series in points, rebounds, and assists. And that was a major issue for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He had a usage rate over 40%, which is a terrible stat this deep in the playoffs. 93.5 points per game, 38.4% from the field, 29.3% from 3, 47.5 rebounds, 15.8 dimes, 7.5 steals, 5 blocks per game. Those are the stats that the Cavs posted in the NBA Finals last year. For every Cleveland Cavalier that took at least 2 3-pointers in that series, they all shot under 32% from beyond the arc. That means Mike Miller, the one guy who took attempted 3-pointers, who only took 2, is the only guy who shot over 32% from beyond the arc. The only player. Now, this is a very important NBA Finals series. Not only are we seeing the best player in the world in Stephen Curry, the reigning 2-time MVP, going against the second best player in the world, we also will see either the torch get taken by Stephen Curry, the crown be taken back by LeBron James, or do we see the ascension of a Kyrie Irving and or Klay Thompson? The series has so many great storylines. I know everyone is extremely excited. I don't want to jump on numbers way too much, but we're going to have to look into it. And I'm going to talk about what we saw from these two teams when they played during the regular season as well today. But I just want to remind you all that legacies are on the line when the ball tips Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. LeBron James, he is now in a very grave position. LeBron, if he loses this finals, will join the likes of Oscar Robertson, Wilt Chamberlain, Hakeem Olajuwon, Jerry West, Dr. J. These are legends, greats, some of the greatest players to ever grace the court in basketball history, but they never reached the elite championship status of a Michael Jordan, a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a Magic Johnson, a Tim Duncan, a Kobe Bryant, a Shaquille O'Neal, a Bill Russell, a Larry Bird. These players never reached that status because they weren't able to get their teams to the top of the mountain as often as those other players that I just mentioned. Now, Why does that matter for LeBron James? Because he was the chosen one. He's the guy that's been coined to replace Michael Jordan as the greatest player of all time, as it was said 13 years ago or 14 years ago, better yet, when he was representing the St. Vincent St. Mary Irish jersey on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Now, when we look at the finals, we're looking at a Cleveland Cavalier team that's completely different from last season. You have Kyrie Irving coming in healthy, 23 points, 7, 6, and 4 in game 1 last year before busting his kneecap. But then you got Kevin Love, who's going to come in and play well, most likely, who's going to be able to bring an element that the Cavs did not have as a luxury last year during the finals. You have Channing Frye, who's a 7-footer who's shooting almost 60% from beyond the arc. You have Richard Jefferson. You have a more healthy Iman Shumpert. You have LeBron James at his healthiest point since 2013. You have 6 players this postseason shooting at least 44.6% from beyond the arc. However, the Golden State Warriors just proved how great of a team they are. If anybody doubted the 73 wins this year, it was laid to rest. They beat the Thunder. Okay, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook weren't able to close the deal. They were 48 minutes away, 1 win away from getting back to their second career NBA Finals, and they weren't able to stop the champs. You know what that means? That means destiny is alive. When I look at the Golden State Warriors, Stephen Curry in the Western Conference Finals, 27.9 points per game, 6.3 boards, 5.9 dimes, 2.1 steals. I bring that up because we saw Russ and KD laughing last week about the question when it came to him being an overrated defender. And who's laughing now? You know who's laughing? Klay Thompson, 24.7 points per game, 4.4 rebounds, 41% from 3 during that series. His 11 three-pointers that he made in Game 6 is a postseason record. Draymond Green didn't play that well. He still finished as the 3rd leading scorer on the team. They were the only 3 players in double figures. They averaged 106 points per game, 44% shooting from the field, under 40% from beyond the arc. They struggled heavily against the Oklahoma City Thunder, but let's not forget what they did to the Cleveland Cavaliers during the regular season this year. 132-98. That's the last time we saw Stephen Curry play against the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was a 40-point blow-up. He had 35 points in 28 minutes, shot 12 of 18 from the field. Draymond Green, 16 points, 10 dimes, 7 boards. Andre Iguodala, the reigning Finals MVP, 20 points off the bench, shot 7 of 8 from the field. LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love combined for 27 points. LeBron James had 16. That was the second last game that David Black coached. We just want to make that noted. On Christmas Day, when these two teams matched up, LeBron James choked down the stretch, missing free throws, missing shots, not being the closer that this team will need him to be in this series. The Warriors won the Christmas Day matchup, 89-83. LeBron James, 10 of 26 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 4 of 9 from the free throw line. Kevin Love, 5 of 16 from the field, 10 points, 18 rebounds. Kyrie Irving won his first game back. I believe it was his first game back of the entire season off the knee injury, 4 of 15 from the field, 13 points. Draymond Green, 22 points, 15 boards, 7 dimes. Stephen Curry, 19 points, 7 and 7. Splash Brothers combined to shoot just 2 of 8 from 3 in that game. Mind you, that's why the score was 89-83. The bottom line is this. The Cleveland Cavaliers are going to march into Oracle Arena in Oakland, and I do believe that they can steal Game 1 because they're coming off a lot of rest, and the Warriors are coming off a big-time 7-game series. But I'm not going to lie to any of you. I'm not betting against the champs. I got the champs taking the series in 7 games, and it's as simple as this. You don't beat teams that beat you by 40. That's not the way basketball goes. I'm giving the Cavs 7 games because they're playing at a high level. They have not played against the Warriors since acquiring Channing Frye, since Tyronn Lue has taken over as head coach. They've obviously made some changes. But the bottom line is this. Mark it up, mark it up. It's time for a repeat. I'll see you all after Game 1.
You're welcome.